Hey Marcella, so I made this. I was whipping this up, kind of was grinding on getting this because I kind of wanted to use it as just going forward what I kind of show everybody. But anyway, so yeah, this is the breakdown Minleon versus Govee. Let's just go through this together, and then we can kind of really dial in what kind of quote that you want, depending on installation style, because labor changes a little bit on everything. So let's go through this. So Govee lights. This is the base of what Govee lights will look like. These are what Minleon lights look like in a certain installation, and we'll go over that. And I'll send this all to you too, so you could kind of go over it. But um, we'll go over here. Govee lights. It's got the bad, the good, everything. Mainly with Govee lights, really, what you're going to have is you're just going to have wires exposed. That's kind of what degrades it the most, as opposed to a track system. These are splash proof as opposed to Minleon, which are fully submersible. For hurricanes, kind of things like that. That's what makes them really the commercial grade. And then anything that gets warrantied out, it's all done through email, website forms, which are, if you're anything like me, it's annoying. But what they do incredibly well is they have a really easy app. I mean, I've handed installed these and had 80-year-old grandmas fire this thing up and never call me again. So it's a really easy to use app. That is what I really like about it. They're great entry level. They do have all the holiday kind of patterns, stuff like that. And installation's pretty minimal as far as damage to the house or anything like that. They really don't do any of that. That's kind of what makes them not as commercial grade. Is it's not the fully permanent kind of lights that I think most have come to expect. And but yeah, and then they're just great entry level. I guess I put that twice there. um Anyways, that is really what makes them that. Now, with their kind of lighting, it's really best to be static. You can do light shows and things like that, but because these are kind of the budget friendly lights, they have like a 19 and a half inch spacing in between the actual lights. So it looks a little bit glitchy, like when you do the light shows of it, kind of cascading along your home. So that is kind of one thing. I think it's more popular just to have the colors and it really be just a permanent, almost Christmas light. You could put July 4th, you could put, kind of all the fun holidays and stuff. But let's walk through the three options, which are, and these go into detail kind of going forward, but you have soffit install. That's what this looks like right there. Kind of gives you that cone effect that we were talking about. You have a drip edge install, which are essentially just right on the edge of your gutters, kind of the furthest away from the home. These give it a really broad, really wide lights here. So it kind of, the further away you are from your home, the more you're going to have of this, what they call wall wash with the lights. And then this is soffit board, a soffit install with boards, which is the only way to get absolutely the perfect pattern all the way down with your lights, is to actually install, and I show pictures later, actually install a board and then put the lights to the board. That's the only way to get this really fully dialed in, and then you could have it. This is what Govee recommends, is between about 3 to 6 inches away from your home. This one, I believe, was 4 inches. Is what the customer requested. So that's, we could put the board exactly far away, and every light will be the same, as opposed to the soffit install. And I break it down a little bit, but like there's a little bit of bunching there, a little bit of bunching there. There's a few spots in which it gets bunched at. And this will be the first one, which is soffit installation. So this is kind of what I'm talking about here. Most homes have about 16-inch center on center rafter studs coming out, and these are 19 and a half inch, which every three lights you end up having a essentially kind of stuffed these ones in there, so it doesn't get incredibly uniform. So if you're somebody who's very particular and want it, kind of to look as perfect as possible, that's just kind of something to keep, in consideration. This is a somewhat easier install from a labor perspective, so that is why, some people elect to go this way. Um, Drip edge installation. This is going to be your cheapest way to get lights up. This is the most popular that you'll see. These are just right along the edge, and these will give, like I said, big circles, as you can see close up, and that gives it the biggest wall wash, so to speak. And then that's kind of what you can see from this home right here. It is the most cost effective. It's fastest for us to do it because we're just hopping up there, throwing the adhesive on there. We staple ours to kind of on both sides of the light. And that's the best way to kind of get them up there, so that for us, because we warranty our install, we don't warranty the actual lights for the Govees, but we warranty our install because we take pride in our work and everything like that, right? I mean, we pride ourselves in calling ourselves professionals, so it's we want to do everything kind of as much by the book and as professional as possible, and that's what we do. But the problem is usually you'll have no problems with install. It'll be the actual lights that that eventually give you problems. And then last but not least, we have the soffit with the board mount. So this is what this looks like. So we actually install these boards first. These are typically the customer elects to color match them, so they'll get us to paint, and we can paint them obviously at a per hour amount, to get all these painted, and then we install them up there on your actual rafters, and then we mount the lights to them, so you could kind of see that going all along there. Like I said, this is going to get you the most uniform, where each cone is perfectly separated from the next, and then we kind of go from there. That's what these look like. You can see the cords. It looks a little bit better than obviously these ones, where it just doesn't look the greatest in the daytime, and that's only just something to consider. Um, so this is the Minleon lights right here. Um, we go to the Minleon commercial grade, clean installation, clean wiring. That's I think really the key part of what sells these lights is the track is incredibly hidden, and just makes it look super super easy. So I'll show you, like, so this is, for instance, what that track looks like. So you can't see this, and this is one of the first ones, soffit install, super clean looking. This has a big old whitewash, but that is what it looks like there. The bottom actually on this one is a drip edge install, and the top is a soffit install. So they elected to have two different ones on theirs, and it looks great. Um, then go on this. So we have plenty of solutions for the complex kind of houses and things like that, where we could really we can modify everything. It's really like when we're putting this together, it's like Legos. Every house is different. They have pre-cut certain wires, so I buy them based on that, so that way they maintain that their IP waterproof rating. Nothing can be actually cut on these ones, which is awesome. And then you get theme park quality light shows. This is kind of just one that I put on there, right, where you could have it do wherever, and kind of all of this is adjustable too. You could have you could adjust the spacing, you could adjust obviously the light colors, and you could have 3 4 colors running if you'd like. You can adjust a whole lot of it when it comes to light shows, like to the point where you're going to be like, you could get overwhelmed, or you could just jump into it like some of our customers do, and they love it. They love playing around with them. But um, the bad on this one is obviously cost. That's what is the biggest thing, but we do have kind of those couple different financing options, leasing options, and then also, a 12-month finance option. And then the app is a little bit, it was clunky at first when we first started doing these installs. They have gotten extremely better. Like they do updates pretty much quarterly, and it's really been a lot of fun to see it progress and see how much actually user friendly it has gotten. And then this, of course, has our 5-year all inclusive warranty. Into the install options, you have soffit. That's what this is going to look like. It's really going to give you no bulb look, so you're not going to be able to see any bulbs, but it'll be all whitewash. So it's just going to paint, your whole wall. It goes pretty low. It doesn't do kind of your whole wall depending on spacing, but for the most part, it's going to give you the biggest depth of light. Here you have the drip edge install, which is just right on the very edge of the wood. This is a very popular install. I would say probably this is the most popular when it comes to this. People like to see the bulbs. Everybody's different, but you get the half and half. So you get a lot of that white wall wash, but you also get that bulb look as well. And then moving on to our under gutter install, these are going to face outwards. So these are just going to literally, look like this, like the like Christmas lights. So nothing points down, as you can see, in this home we did. So that is kind of one thing. It's everybody's different. Every one of these is about the same in labor. We differentiate first story, second story, and then we even have like a difficult to reach type spots. None of these homes really have that where they were difficult, but think churches, very very high pitched roofs, things like that. That's really where we get up into the $30. So we have soffit installed. This is what that's going to look like. Give you this type of look. This, like I said, they did second story soffit, first story drip edge. So it was perfect for demonstrating the differences that you'll get, kind of in this. So that's what the soffit install looks like. Drip edge is this during the daytime is what you're going to see just right along that edge, kind of kicking just straight down. Still be able to see that bulb. This is the white track. The other one has the black track. They also sell it in a tan track as well. So it's just looks clean. I mean, it really looks. It gives it that real professional look. This is what you're going to see, like I said, in that, and then boom, drip edge there. Under gutters installed. This is your gutter, and if you have this space, this is kind of on a case by case. Different homes have different things. They either sometimes have a space here where they actually have that, some don't. But these face outwards, so that's the same lights, and these are just facing outwards. That's just the difference right there. So yeah, which one works for you? Which one do you want me to kind of do the numbers on and get them dialed up? I can do multiple for you. Marcelo, you let me know what works good, works well for you and Alejandro, and yeah, and we'll go there. Awesome. Thank you so much.